Hello everyone, my name is Caveman and welcome back to Caveman Casuals episode 2. For those of you who are new here, I will leave a link down below to our first Caveman Casual so you may know what it is about and possibly learn a thing or two. So for those of you who want to learn a little bit more about headphones specifically, this is not the video for it, but I will leave a link down below for a video that I've created specifically for the science of headphones. And for those of you who are interested in learning the difference between hi-fi speakers and pro audio speakers, I will also leave a link down below to a video I made regarding that. Today's topic of discussion is specifically going to be what happens when you mix on headphones and play it back on speakers and vice versa. So having been an engineer for a little bit over a decade and having mentors who have been in the industry for way longer than I have been, the common consensus is if you are mixing on headphones and when you try to play that back on a speaker system, only half the time will it translate. And even during those times, not everything will translate quite the same. But somehow, when you mix on speakers and you play that mix back on headphones, almost 10 out of 10 times that mix translates flawlessly. Allow me to explain. So there's a very magical thing that happens when a listener places themselves perfectly in between a set of speakers. Ideally, symmetrically right down the center between two speakers, but if you're sitting back on a couch hanging out with friends, this phenomenon applies as well. And this phenomenon is called crosstalk. What is crosstalk, you may ask? Here's an example that you can try at home with a friend or by yourself. Play a mix back between two speakers. So say, for example, I'm sitting between two speakers on my left and my right. During playback of said material out of your speakers, unplug, say, the left side or the right side. And what happens is, say, when I disconnect my right speaker and audio is only coming out of my left, 75% of that music is going to hit my left ear. And 25% of that is going to bleed over to my right. And vice versa, if I were to unhook my left speaker and only play music or material out of my right speaker, 75% of that information is going to hit my right ear, and 25% of that information is going to hit my left ear. When I have both speakers playing, crosstalk happens. So what is so important about crosstalk anyway? Well, basically what happens is the 25% that bleeds from left to right and right to left forms something called the phantom center. And this is the deal breaker between headphones and speakers. What happens in the phantom center that is caused by crosstalk is that your center information or the spine of your song is properly represented. So general things that you might find in the spine of your track is vocals, a snare drum, a kick drum, an 808 or a bass or subs, and sometimes even mono hi-hats. Based on those things that I had listed off, you can tell how important the center of a song is. So what happens when you put headphones on? There is no bleed between the left and the right channels. Therefore, your phantom center disappears. So what happens when you remove the spine of a song when putting headphones on? Well, it's very difficult to tell if your vocals are too loud, if your kick drum is too forceful, or if your snare is too quiet. Another advantage of mixing on speakers is that the room comes into play, and room coloration is very, very important for testing your mixes in real-life situations. Though you may not be able to accurately recreate every single space that possibly exists to make sure your mix translates, just having your mix play out of speakers in a room does help give you a little bit of reference to what the real world will be like. My recommendation, if you are on a budget, is to go and get the best pair of headphones that you can within your price range, and then head over to any consumer electronics store and get a hi-fi 2.1 system. The reason why I said to get a 2.1 system is because you need a subwoofer to give you a little bit of insight into what's going on at the bottom end. Headphones also do struggle to reproduce a lot of that bottom end frequencies that are replicated when you're playing music out of speakers into a room. The room will also contribute to that bottom end information that you might be lacking when you're mixing on headphones. And that's it for today, folks. Caveman Casuals episode 2. If you like this kind of content, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for every time we release information like this that could be a possible game changer for you. If you have any additional suggestions, questions, or inquiries, please leave them down in the comments below. I do my best to read every single one and reply to every single one of them. So I look forward to your feedback, and we'll see you on the next one.